Yo, what is up? It's MLB The Showdown info, and we are back with a Team Affinity 4 tutorial and overview. In this video, we got a spreadsheet for you like we did in Team Affinity 3, and we're going to go over the fastest way you can complete Team Affinity 4. Should be about the same as Team Affinity 3, but if you haven't watched that video, I'll walk you through it right here. And before I get into the video, some of you guys might have watched the Team Affinity 3 video and want the next spreadsheet. So here you can see it on screen. And if you go to the end of the video or go to the description right now, you can download it, and the end of the video explains how you can download it. As for Team Affinity, it's normal 6 divisions, and we're gonna go right into the East. You always start out with 0, and it goes up to 150,000 as normal, and you get these boss players or whatever these idiots are called. These 97s you're never gonna use. They have also these other captains players. You're also not gonna use them. They have these classic players. You're also not gonna use them. We don't care about any of these players because there's a collection for 99 overalls, and these guys will never make your team. So let's talk about how we're going to be able to do this the fastest. We have our moments, we have our team build PXP missions, we have our captain stat missions, we have our classics PXP missions, our boss PXP missions, vouchers from doing mini seasons, exchanges, which I always highly encourage, collections, which awards you 1 point. So this is, I don't even know why this is here. Showdown, Conquest, and March to October, which you shouldn't do in my personal opinion, unless if you're trying to capture for Team Affinity 1, 2, 3, and 4, you'll do 4 for 1 by doing it that way. Now let's go over the Team Affinity 4 rewards, why you're actually doing this, not for those stupid 97s, but for the 99s that will be usable till the end of the year. We have 99 Nolan Ryan with 125 hits per 9. Does he have Outlier? He does have Outlier. So he's going to be an insane card to use. Pitch and clutch 125 and his Ks per 9 116. Insane card right here. Charlie Blackmon 99. 125 is on the contact. Decent power. 125 clutch. Pretty good fielding. Pretty good speed. Nothing crazy. And no crazy quirks as well. But does excel at pinch hitting. Brandon Crawford 99. I believe we've had a 99 Crawford before. Good contact. Good power. Not as good as Charlie Blackmon, in my opinion, for this card. Amazing shortstop for defense. Decent speed and no quirks. Amazing. 99 Walter Johnson. I feel like this guy will only be usable because of his annoying-ass windup, and people will be exhausted of waiting for a pitch that they will swing too fast. Insane stamina, high velocity for 99. Does he have Outlier on that? He does. And nothing insane for his stats compared to the other meta pitchers right now. 99 Joey Votto. We have 125s on both righties, so probably going to come off the bench for you. In that regard, 125 clutch, so he's a righty specialist, but not good enough compared to the other first basemen to be a starter, and has no quirks, so you're not going to ever see him on your team. So there's really 4 usable Team Affinity 4 players, in my personal opinion. Jism, pretty good, not insane. What's his captain boost? Includes contact versus right, batting clutch, and speed. So once you're doing your PXP Team Affinity, you can have him on your bench. You can make him your captain, and that should help you out on getting some hits, some runs. Tom Henke going to be in the bullpen for you getting some PXP. Plus 5 balls per 9, 15 hits per 9, 15 Ks per 9, 10 pitch and clutch. So he's going to help you a lot for doing PXP missions for pitchers on this Team Affinity grind. Now to overview how we're going to do this the fastest. First, I'm just going to give you the raw order. You're going to do your moments, and you're going to do your showdown, and you're going to do your exchanges as the first things you can do. Those can be done in multiple different orders. It doesn't matter that much. After you do your moments, your exchanges, and your showdowns, you're going to get into your conquest, meaning that once you've done some part of this program, you're going to have some of those players that you can put back into the lineup, and you're going to have the most players usable by doing that. So you'll never have a player being wasted, not getting you PXP, or doing something for another program, or nothing at all. And while you're doing your conquest, you're obviously going to work towards your captain stat missions, classic missions, and boss missions. After that, if you haven't finished it through all those 4 parts, you're going to go into mini seasons and just keep on doing that until you're done with everything. So let's break down how you're going to do this all as fast as possible. So for your first step, you're going to do your moments. And you're going to go to the quick play screen like this, so you have the least amount of loading time. It is not that important on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or S because the loading times are extremely fast. But on here, the loading, or on PS4 or Xbox One, the loading times are much slower. So once you finish a mission, you get out to this screen, you go down one, and you take on the next. Vice versa, over and over and over with all of these divisions. Now we're on to the Showdown portion, and for all of these, I have them at the top. It says continue playing. I did the draft for all of them because I want to take a look at what are the mini missions. Personally, for me, if you've seen me on TikTok, I can skip to the end on these and score 21 runs and 20 outs. But Nate Pearson, you need to score 1 run with a runner on first, so you bunt the runner to second and get a few sac flies, singles, whatever you need to after that point because you're going to be out of the double play. This one, runner on third, take the lead. The runner on third doesn't matter. If you hit a home run, the guy at the plate's who you need scoring. This one's another easier one, all on rookie. Same one here, tie game, runner on second, take the lead before scoring 10 outs. Literally 2 sac flies. Here might be the hardest one. It's a rookie. You need to score 3 runs and 15 outs. Another one here, trailing a run, recording 10 outs. So you need to score 2 runs here. So 2 runs, 1 out for every, or 1 run for every 5 outs. Here, another one on veteran mode, 2 runs, trailing by 2. So you need 3 runs and 12 outs. So every run is within every 4 outs. Mariano Rivera, 2 runs for every 8 outs, or 2 runs and 8 outs, so 1 run for 4 outs. So it's not impossible. My best tip is always bunt the runners over in situations like this. But when it comes to the draft, it seems like for the East, you can always pick righties because there's only 1 lefty here if Kodai Senga, or if Jose Alvarado's the only lefty. So I wouldn't worry too much on the draft. Just take hitters, people who can hit very well. And then on your bench, when you're managing your squad, always look for a player who's really fast. So right here, I'm going to scan through these guys. And the best guy who I have is actually nobody on this one. For example, I'm doing the central one. We're going to look through our bench. We have a guy with 77 speed at the left. And this guy's 73 speed, so I'm going to put him in here. Because if we get a runner on base and I need to push him over, this 88 speed guy is really going to help me. Because he's not the guy who I just bunted over is probably not going to end up hitting again. I have made another video on showdowns in the past, so I haven't gone too much in depth in Showdown here. If you want, check out that video. It should be somewhere in the description, but I'm just keeping it light for this video. As for the exchanges portion, we talked about moments, we talked about Showdown. The last part of the first 3 steps you're going to do is exchanges. So you can see you get a bunch of team affinity for this. You get about 16% by doing all these. I personally would skip the top 2, but it really doesn't matter. The bottom 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bottom 5 are the important ones that you need to take care of. Alright, so right now I'm on my computer and I'm looking at showzone.gg, an amazing website for exchanges. So what you're going to go is to the top panel. I'm not in full screen, so it might be a different pullout, but you got to click on the little sandwich icon. And you're going to go to market and you're going to go to exchanges. In exchanges, you're going to add up the total from here. So we have 300,000. This is another 200,000, 650,000, 750,000, 800,000. So 800,000 is the total we need. Put in 800,000. And then we'll filter this to a division. And this division is going to be AL East in this case. So once we filter it by AL East, we apply the filter. And it's going to tell us all the cheapest players that we're going to buy. And we're going to create buy orders right now. So we need, let's say, 647 Jonathan Loaizagas or 647 Ramon Urias. A bunch of these players. But what we can do is we can split our top orders among the top 4 guys, top 6 guys. So we could do Loaizaga, Urias, Rodriguez, Maiza, Peraza, and Volpe. So 100 each for those guys. And now you can see my phone. It's an exhaustive process if you're placing these orders on the app, on the game. So what you're going to do is you're going to look up the player. So in this case, we need Volpe, and we're going to get 100 of him. So what we can do is his sell price is 30. So we're going to upcharge or go up by 1. Going to create a buy amount of 31 and hit finalize order. And what we can do is instead of having to type that in on the PlayStation or Xbox, whatever you're on multiple times, we just spam this button. You know, I'm looking at my computer, I'm watching a YouTube video, and I'm just clicking this button over 100 times. Do that with a bunch of players so it gets done as fast as possible, and you can do your exchange. And now the last thing you have to do is Conquest. And if you don't know how to do Conquest, that's a little bit of a problem considering you've been playing this game maybe for a few years now or not. Whatever. Conquest, there's a bunch of tutorials out there. I'm not going to give you one in this video, but the conquests here are pretty simple. I can't click on it because I don't have a squad eligible. So I'm not going to give a big conquest tutorial. It should be a little bit basic. If not, there's other great conquest tutorial videos out there. Should be one on my page as well. But for example, this one, I'll show the rewards for all of them on screen right now. So the rewards are kind of decent. Just do the conquest. It's necessary PXP that you're going to, or TA points that you'll end up needing for this. The only suggestion I have is I have a video out there about quick pitching. Always quick pitch. It'll make your life so much faster. I can throw the video up right here. I threw this pitch in under 2 seconds. Since you have 90 innings to pitch against the CPU for Team Affinity, 5-second pitches like this are a big time waste. So you're going to go to your bullpen and pick a reliever to start the game. Select a pitch, hold L2 right before you deliver, and that's how. And lastly, if you want the Team Affinity 4 spreadsheet, go check it out in the description. Downloading it will be pretty simple. All you have to do is hit File and then make a copy, and then you have your own that you can use. You just need to click on boxes, and that's how you indicate if you've done something or not, and it'll keep yourself organized without having to flip through the pages constantly.